Hello and welcome to the Psychic School show, the Psychic School video show. This is video 2 in the series that I'm going to do, and my name is Barbara Burgess. I'm a psychic medium, a animal communicator, and I work with angels. I do angel readings. Now in video 1 I talked about clairsentience, as in smelling. In the middle of the word clairsentience, you've got the word scent, S-C-E-N-T, clairsentience, clear smelling. So in this video for you, I am going to talk about clairsentience, but without the C. So clair meaning clear, and sentience meaning sensing. C-L-A-I-R S-E-N-T I-E-N-C-E. So it's clairsentience with the S-C-E-N-T for clear smelling, and clairsentience without the C for clear sensing. Now you might sense that you hear the phone ringing, or the phone is going to ring, and it does. You might sense that someone's going to knock on the front door, and they do. You hear a knock on the front door. You might sense that you're going to, when you go out, you're going to see a friend in the street, or if you're going up the pub, you might get a sense that you're going to meet your friend there, even though they've not said that they're going to be there. So it's sensing things. It's a bit like having a gut feeling, a hunch, or a bit like your intuition. You sense it. But you can also sense a spirit round you. You might feel a breeze. Some people feel a cold breeze, or just as if the wind's blown. Even though you're in a room, with no windows open, you might feel a breeze go in front of you. You might sense a breeze or sense a cold atmosphere. You can also sense things. You might go into a room and sense that there's been an argument between people. So it's sensing. And I want to give you a couple of little demonstrations, or not demonstrations. I want to tell you about a couple of things that have happened to me that I would call clear sensing, clairsentience. And the first one is, it happened to me a long time ago, this example. I was at a swimming pool waiting for my children to come out of the changing rooms, and the foyer was totally empty, but there was a huge notice board on the wall, very, very long. Very, very long notice board. And I stood there looking at the notice board. I started at one end. I wasn't really reading what was on it. I was just sort of biding my time. And I sensed a person next to me. And I thought nothing of it at the time. And then I got the sense that this person was a bit too close to me. And so I moved along a bit, and this person moved along a bit as well, and this annoyed me. I thought, cheeky so-and-so, there's all this foyer, tables and chairs. If he wants a cup of tea or something like that, he could get one out of the machine. I'm looking at the notice board, minding my own business, so why should he stand so close to me? Because I sensed it was a male. And then a little bit later on, I could see out of the corner of my eye that it was a male person, a male figure. And as I said, I got quite annoyed, so I moved along a bit more, and he moved along. And each time I moved along, he got closer to me, and I was getting really, cheeky so-and-so, how dare he do this? How rude. And so I moved near the end of the board, and I was running out of board to look at. So I thought, right, that's it. I'm going to move once more right to the end of the board, And if he moves with me, I'm going to turn around and give him a mouthful or whatever. But anyway, I moved to the board, he moved along, and I turned round and there was no one there. And then I realised it was a spirit person. I thought, oh, crikey. But the sense to begin with that there was someone near me was quite strong. And then I could see out of the corner of my eye, which is clairvoyance, that it was a male figure. Now, quite often you can have these senses join up: clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience. They all come at the same time. You can have them individually, but you can often have them at the same time. And so I sensed this person near me, but then I could see out of the corner of my eye that it was a male figure. Now, the other time happened when, again, my children were quite small and I used to do cleaning for people. And I cleaned in this particular house. It was quite a large house, and I'll tell you a bit more about it in some of my other videos, because it was a very interesting experiences I had in that house. Now, I was in the bedroom and I just had a very, very faint sense that there was someone in the bedroom with me, and I thought, oh, brush it off, carry on cleaning, etc., etc. And then I felt as if I was the lady of the house and desperately wanting to phone her husband and rushing to the telephone, which was by the bed, and phone her husband because the place was haunted. So, as I said, I sensed this person in the room, rather. But at the same time, I knew that's what happened to her. She'd rushed to the phone and had to phone her husband up and say, come home, come and help me. But anyway, then I moved, probably a different occasion. I went into the bathroom to clean the bathroom out. And I'll talk to you now to explain something, talk to you about my dad. Now, my dad is 94. And he is a carpenter, a draftsman, and he's built lots of wooden furniture. He built a wooden racing car, which the owner crashed, and I would not have built a car out of wood. I thought, no wonder it's crashed. And he built a boat, and he used to build gliders. We had a very long shed in our garden, massive, massive shed that took glider wings. Which is as long as a glider wing. And my dad would build gliders in the shed and also at London Gliding Club. And me and my brother would help him quite often, and I would, when he wasn't there, I'd tidy the shed up, sweep up all the wooden shavings and things like that. But my dad also would do daft things every now and again, and he'd do little song and dance routines. But he'd also get a saw and he'd bend it and play a tune on it. I don't know if you've ever seen anybody do this or heard anybody do this, but he'd get a saw, bend it and play a tune on it. And he'd also get it and then ping it, and it would be a certain vibration. And when he wasn't there, I probably did it when he was there, and when he wasn't there, I'd also get the saw, bend it and ping it. Now, getting back to this spirit, I was in the bathroom and it got a long landing, and the vibration, I sensed the spirit right at the other end of the landing. And it was very much exactly the same as when you've got a saw and you bend it and you ping it. It was exactly the same vibration as that. So when you ping a saw, it's an actual note. It's a note and a vibration. And this spirit was exactly the same as that. Or it reminded me of that, but it was virtually the same. And so the spirit came very, very slowly down the hall, and the vibration got more and more powerful, stronger and stronger. And there was a sort of noise with it. I can't explain the noise, but not mechanical noise. I can't really explain. If anybody has ever had tinnitus in their ears, because I haven't had tinnitus, but I can imagine that when I hear spirit, I get a noise in my ears, and people say to me, "Oh, I've got tinnitus," and I say, I think, well, they haven't. It's spirit. It's the sound of spirit. It's the sound of the earth. So this vibration, it came up the hall, and it filled the doorway to the bathroom, and it was just so strong and so powerful. And as I say, I sensed it. It was a scent. I sensed it, and it was a bit of an experience, to say the least. I'd got rubber gloves on, marigold yellow rubber gloves. Excuse me. I was bleaching the bath and cleaning the bath, so all the stuff was on my gloves. So I thought, I can't run down the hall in case all this bleach drips off my gloves onto the carpet. And I couldn't get them off quick enough. I'd got to rinse the bath out and everything like that. So I can tell you it was a bit of an experience. But that is about clear sensing spirit around you, sensing a spirit, someone who's passed over to the other side. You may have had an experience similar to that, but I'll tell you more about that haunted house in my other videos. It was very interesting experience in that house, I can tell you. Okay, so this is me signing off. My name is Barbara Burgess, and my website is www.barbaraburgess.co.uk. Bye for now.